Being overweight at a theme park can suck, and I mean really, really, really suck. I don't want to dwell on it, but at the same time, I feel like I have to say something about it. I just wanted to make a quick video to kind of talk about my experiences of being an overweight enthusiast, and highlight how it can be difficult to go to a theme park or an amusement park while being overweight, and maybe talk about what I'm doing to change and what I'm doing for charity actually. So it all started a few years ago really, when I booked myself Merlin annual pass. I hadn't had a Merlin annual pass for many years, and I decided I'm going to get a Merlin annual pass because I really miss going to theme parks regularly. So I got one, and I thought, christen it, go straight to Thorpe Park. So me and my other half went straight to Thorpe Park, and listen, I knew I'd gotten a little bit chubbier, but after 40 minutes of being in the Colossus queue line, first thing of the day, to be so humbled so quickly by trying to pull that restraint down and trying to close it, but being inches away from being able to close it. A significant difference between where the buckle was and where the buckle needed to be in order for me to fit on the ride. And you know what? That was the first time I'd ever felt like that in my life. And I had to do the walk of shame. I had to leave the exit having not gone on the ride, and wound up on a bench outside the Colossus gift shop at Thorpe Park, crying my eyes out. I've come a long way since then. I'm more confident with my body. I'm not as big as I was back then, but I'm still not thin enough for, say, Colossus and a few of the other rides at Thorpe Park. And yeah, I just wanted to say it's absolutely nothing to do with my own body image. I was relatively happy with my own body image before going to Thorpe Park and all of that happening. And it's not that I saw myself that much differently. It's just that when I look back and think, I can't go on a ride because of my size, I want to be able to not go on Colossus out of choice, not because I can't do it. So I decided, after a couple of years of not being able to fit on Colossus, I'm going to do something about it. And so I decided this summer to hit a hard reset on a bunch of my health stuff, and I decided to pick up running, exercise, to try to help with any weight loss, in addition to eating healthier. And I've had some results so far. I'm nearly 2 months into trying to lose weight, and I've lost over a stone, which has been cool. I still cannot get on Colossus. I'm still quite a way off getting on Colossus at Thorpe Park. However, I'm nearly able to get on the flat ride Samurai. And when I went to Alton Towers just a couple of weeks ago, I found that where some rides where I was having to be pushed in by ride hosts, I was able to pull myself in myself, which was really refreshing and really nice, and it has been such a confidence boost. Yeah, I mean, I do kind of enjoy being asked by larger people at theme parks when, I've made it quite clear that I'm an enthusiast and a nerd, in the Hyperia queue line with my Hyperia t-shirt, that, I have a bit of knowledge of what is it like to be at a theme park and be larger and what rides to look out for. I do enjoy being able to give other larger guests a bit of advice or a bit of heads up about certain rides, such as my top 3 that I definitely can't get on: Colossus, Samurai and Vortex, as well as some of the rides which, depending on how much I've eaten that day or how bloated I feel, for example, might be a factor on whether or not I can actually get on the ride, such as Detonator, where it really does depend on what I've eaten that specific day and what ride hosts are there and whether or not they're going to be able to really staple me in. As well as that, as an enthusiast, going into the future as Rad Rides rides, I have really come out of my shell and I've started to make new friends, and I've been absolutely loving being more involved in the enthusiast community, and I'm trying to unlock new experiences and try new things, and one of those things that I desperately want to try is to actually get out of the UK. I've been outside of the UK before. I've been to Disneyland Paris, and when I was a toddler, apparently we went to DF when it was DF, and when I was a child we went to Florida. We're talking about the last time we went was about 12 years ago. I think the hottest new rides that were there were Manta and Shikra, so I haven't done any of the new rides that have popped up over the last 10 years. I really want to be able to get out. I have a bit of a fear of flying, which is a different obstacle, but when I think of myself and my anxiety when I approach a ride, or a ride test seat, if the ride has a test seat. Luckily most thrill coasters do, and I am able to check myself. I would be so insanely heartbroken if I was to save up money to be able to travel and push myself to travel outside of the UK. For example, I really want to go to Plopsaland, and I want to go to Europa Park and maybe Energylandia in 2025 if I'm able to. I would hate to get there and to not be able to get on rides. I'm able to make some logical conclusions. For example, Ride to Happiness and Voltron must use somewhat similar restraints to Hyperia at Thorpe Park, and I can get on Hyperia and even Icon, which I feel has slightly tighter restrictions. I can ride Icon, and I've lost weight since Icon. So there are some coasters where I would think I will be fine, but again, my mind goes back to Colossus, and I think of what if there's an older roller coaster with over-the-shoulder restraint. I would desperately want to go on any of these parks. I would hate to spend that money and get really excited and turn up to a theme park and not be able to ride the rides. It would be genuinely so heartbreaking. So I am working incredibly hard. I've been incredibly annoying over on my Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, about going on runs and weight loss and such. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know I affectionately call my journey Couch to Colossus, because I started using the Couch to 5K program by the NHS and I think BBC, to help with starting running, and in order to push myself to get to the end of the program and to really push myself to be able to do 5 kilometers of running, I booked myself on to do Run Alton Towers 5k, which brings me to the charity section. At the time of recording this, I have just about cracked being able to run 5 kilometers, and I'm so proud of myself. I still have weight loss goals to have in order to get on any and every ride that I possibly can within my life. But I have booked myself on to run Alton Towers 5k, and I'm really excited, and that's in November. And I didn't just want to do it for me. I've decided to support a charity at the same time. I have chosen, after a bit of deliberation, I chose Alzheimer's Society, because Alzheimer's can be incredibly difficult for those affected and for the families of people affected by Alzheimer's. I have had friends and co-workers who have had family members suffer from Alzheimer's or dementia, and I have also seen firsthand the effect of dementia or Alzheimer's on members of my family, as my Nanny, that's Nan in Welsh, she seemed to have started suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia, early stages, some short time before her passing, and it was becoming increasingly difficult on my family members. And so when I had a look at a list of charities to support, that one just clicked for me, and I felt that was a charity to pick up. I'm not asking for much. It's only a 5k, and I know I can. I already know I can run 5k. But it's a big milestone for me to be able to do this. I'm very emotional, and I'm very proud of myself. If you have reached this point and you would like to support my journey, I will link to Alzheimer's Society down below. I've rambled on way too long. I will have some kind of Couch to Colossus updates in the future, in addition to more content. If you've stuck around for a while on this YouTube channel, you know I really love Halloween, and it's September, so October is right around the corner, and I've spent so much time at Thought Park creating content for Instagram and not for YouTube, that I guess my content kind of looks like Halloween, a little bit of Christmas, a little bit of spring, back to Halloween. But here we are. I've got an even bigger Halloween season lined up this year, and I'm so excited, and I am 1000% going to be making some vlogs now that my lapping of Hyperion over the summer has kind of come to an end. So thank you for listening. If you have got to this point, I feel like it's been more of a podcast with just some random clips from theme parks over the summer, just to see what I've been getting up to. So yeah, hit like, subscribe, I guess, comment. Thank you so much if you have interacted with me at all. I'm going to stop rambling. This is the end of the video. Goodbye.